All right. Who would you like as your secondary? They're going to look at their options and they're going to say, we'll pick Naila. He says, if you pick Naila, you'll get a -10 penalty because you didn't pick anyone from Team Wampus. Naila, they said.
At this point,
All right.
we click that we kind of like...
Yeah, it just clicked that we are getting...
Has anybody else noticed that we haven't been picked? It's almost like they have an alliance.
They don't have an alliance. They don't have... My boy Chance would totally tell me if they had an alliance. There's no way they have an alliance.
They do have to come back from that whomping we gave them last event.
Yeah, we have 1,000 points ahead of them.
Legitimately had that, like, term we didn't tell.
Or like, oh no, they totally have. Naila will totally do that to me. And I'm gonna yell, Naila, I'm gonna beat you. Doesn't matter if you have an alliance or not.
She says, your tortillas can't save you now, Juan. So Aika, we said Aika, so it's Chance and Aika, and they chose Naila. And then Chance, their team is going to pick someone. Who are you going to pick? And secondary, they haven't. Tritessa actually has not been chosen as a secondary yet. So Tritessa is open and they don't get a penalty. So Tritessa.
We don't participate in the last event. I don't get to cook pozole.
That's what happens when you're good.
So if somebody could roll for Aika for me, please.
I'll get. Yeah, I get Aika.
Yeah, okay. Cool.
Give him a +4 and get an advantage on this.
Ooh.
2d6 +4. 13, an advantage.
13.
10, so he'll take the 13. He's going to take, okay, and then he picked Naila. So Naila's decent at cooking. So 2d6 +2 for Naila, someone please.
I got it.
Okay. 8. Okay. Then Chance. He can take advantage on this. Chance's performance is actually pretty good. He has a +3. So 2d6 +3. Take the better of 2 rolls.
10. Sorry.
10. So 10 is the top?
Yep.
Okay. And I'm going to say that Tritessa, she's actually pretty good at cooking as well. She also gets a +3. She'll use a courage point to get an advantage on this. 2d6 +3. Can somebody volunteer? All right, it's a good thing I got advantage for that. Roll again.
Yep.
10. All right. So, you are going to watch for 15 minutes as Tritessa and Aika battle it out in the kitchen with Chance and Tritessa. And Aika, again, he's wandlessly like getting all of the ingredients and he's putting into a pot. And Naila is rolling out some dough, and like she's using a wand to like get all of the stuff together. And it looks like they're making some sort of pie-looking thing. And then meanwhile, Chance and Tritessa, they're gonna grill up some vegetables. They're gonna grill up some vegetables, and then they're going to skewer some sort of meat, like it looks like beef of some sort, or lamb, and like a Brazilian barbecue kind of thing, and they're gonna like season it, and everything just starts to smell really, really awesome in the room. People are probably gonna start getting hungry. So they are going, finally within 15 minutes, Hideo will say, all right, hands up in the air, as they hold up their hands. And so it looks like Aika's team, so Aika is made a version of a chicken pastilla, which is a Moroccan dish, which is essentially their version of a chicken pot pie, kind of. he basically will add as a finishing touch this glaze over the pie that gives us like a shining, shimmering, splendid to go with the whole Aladdin theme. So it's the chicken Bastille like sparkles. And as for the other team, they created like this grilled platter with a side of grilled vegetables, skewered vegetables, and as a finishing magical touch, I'm going to say that Chance does a little bit of his leprechaun magic to make the vegetables appear golden. Ooh, golden vegetables. Ooh. And so the judges are going to look at them. All of the headmasters will comment and say, Aika, this looks like you took the lead on this one. Yes, this is my favorite dish that my mother makes for me. I'm very proud. It is her recipe. And they says, it looks like the perfect comfort food. Definitely like myself, a chicken pot pie no matter what country it's from. And Vinza Mwamba will say, I definitely will enjoy taking a bite out of this pie. And the headmaster from Castello Brushu, headmistress Wilhelmina, will say these skewers look very tasty. And they said, I really like the golden luster of the vegetables. However, it all comes down to taste at the end of the day. Presentation is important though. They will take a taste and a bite, and all of the judges seem to be extremely satisfied. And then Headmistress Valentine will say, both dishes were excellent, very good. Not as good as borscht, but then again, I'm very proud of our cuisine in Russia. So, but I would say that the team that both were very creative and stuck to their roots in a very effective way is Aika's team. And that means Horned Serpent. Yeah, Horned Serpent! Yes! So that gives them, Horned Serpent will take 40 minus 10 because they got the penalty, so that's 30 points to Team Horned Serpent. And Pukwudgie team gets 20 points. So, that means at the end of this, as you tally all the points together...
Dang it.
They just beat us.
Because we didn't participate in the last event.
Yep, their alliance worked out.
We had them in the long run because 2 people just got knocked out for lives.
To honor both the Team Pukwudgie team and the Horned Serpent team, because we had observed that they had been working together to do extra study sessions as a team. Now, since they did not include Wampus into that team, we cannot give them the maximum amount of bonus points for helping each other.
They had study sessions between the 2 teams.
Between the 2 teams, they had study sessions between the 2 teams.
And we invited Chessa to ours. And Nico,
He's a spy. They were spies, guys.
yeah, they were spies.
So they both teams get 30 points for that.
This is so cool.
In addition, he says, Aika, we saw, made some extra potions, one of which he offered before the event started, passing it up to the other team, to the Pukwudgie team. So he gets 20 points for that prior to the game.
They are really going
We're not taking anything else from anybody else, all right? We either craft it or we don't use it.
Or give it away.
They didn't even know we invited them to our study session. Or at least to it.
Yeah, doesn't matter. We help them study. That's what matters.
They will say Chessa also helped give study sheets to the other team as well. So we will give her 20 points for that.
Albion deserves this point.
Well, he gave them to his own team.
They're cranks.
Yeah. Does Toby get any MVP points?
Oh yeah, there has to be MVP points. Yeah, we definitely will be giving Toby the MVP points for the greatest score, hands down in this competition. Chessa also scored very consistently as well. So Toby will receive 50 points, and Chessa
We're not
will
gonna be
receive
first
40
place after
points.
this.
I think we're in last place now, probably.
We have Team Pakwaji at 220 points, and Team Horn Serpent and Team Wampus tied at 280 points. It is still anyone's game. There are 2 more events left, or is there? I will have Mr. Fontaine explain the surprise event. And so Algebert Fontaine, Headmaster Algebert Fontaine will take the podium now. Yes, I wanted to congratulate everyone on a job well done. This was definitely a very entertaining and very diverse event. Thank you again to Headmaster Kaitsu Hoshizaki for hosting a wonderful, wonderful event. Speaking of events, we wanted to explain to everyone and announce that there is going to be a secret bonus event that will be taking place between the official event number 2 and event number 3. As you all know, he says, this is the month of October, and here in the Wizarding World, we take All Hallows Eve very seriously. That is why I am very happy to announce that we are going to have an All Hallows Eve Masquerade Ball hosted over at Ilvermorny. Everyone will be encouraged to dress up in costume, and we will have 2 extra events which will give points to your teams towards the Zodiac Games. Each team, Wampus, Horn Serpent, and Pugwaji, will compete in a costume group contest. So all of you can come up with your group costumes, and you will be judged on which costume we think are the best group costume. So that is one way that you will gain points. The other way that you will gain points is we will have a stage set up, and every single team will be given the task to entertain the guests. You will have to come up with some sort of act to perform in front of the entire student body, and the entire student body as a whole will vote on their favorite act. And everybody's gonna start cheering, Roxy, Roxy, Roxy. And I think at this point, Nico's gonna say, "Great! Roxy's team just has to read from a dictionary, and they're gonna win." He says, just by default. So come up with your act, and we are definitely looking forward to see what sort of performance you will come up with. And he will say, "Thank you very much," and I believe that in celebration of the events today, there is going to be a banquet in the Grand Hall of Mahotokoro, where they have a fine selection of Asian cuisine. That is all, everyone. And they're going to start to close up.
I'm gonna go with everyone and be like, okay, guys, we've got some very strong points for our entertainment bit. I mean, I was thinking of something like, I'll start giving more thought. Just, we need to get this done. We've got kicked out of the first place.
Any idea what you guys want to do for that group costume contest thing?
We're 4.
If
Well,
nobody else has any ideas, I think we should go as the Spice Girls. Just saying.
Who?
The Spice Girls.
And
You
I was
guys
sure
pick
they were
you.
going to say
Everybody knows the
Star
Spice
Wars
Girls.
thing.
I don't care if you don't know Star Wars. I don't care if you don't know Batman. Everybody knows the Spice Girls.
I was very sure you were going to say that we dress up as something like your Star Wars.
Yeah, like my Star Wars. Yeah, like, well, I mean, all Jedis kind of look the same, you know. They all kind of wear the same thing, you know what I'm saying? So they wouldn't be able to tell us apart, but we could beat the Spice Girls.
Levi,
I pick Baby Spice.
I don't think you would make a very attractive looking girl.
Do you know what Spice Girl is?
No, but if we have to be a girl, I don't think he's gonna pass as a girl.
Well, that's part of the humor part of it, is you see all of us dressed up like girls, and then it's like, oh, look, they're funny.
Good. Look, there's a ball. I don't want to dress up as a girl while in a ball.
I second that.
That was just a suggestion.
It's gonna be at this point that Chance will like apparate onto Levi's shoulder.
Hey.
He says, "So, looks like we've got ourselves a party. We've got ourselves a dance, and I'm ready. So, have you all decided who is going to be your dates for the dance?"
We have to have a date?
I suppose you don't have to, but these part of the fun of a dance, I would think.
Yeah, I'm too cool for people to ask, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Right now, we have a banquet to go. We should worry about all of this later.
I'm sure there's like a ton of girls that would love to go with me and everything, so it shouldn't be too hard to find one.
You and Chessa seem to hit it off at the sleepover.
Chelsea's just a really good friend.
I mean, you don't have to ask her on a date. It can be a friend date.
Yes.
Oh, that's
just a really good friend or a really good friend?
Oh,
In
Was
your
this
Russian
a-
accent, they both sounded the same. I don't know what you mean by that.
Levi, you said you and Chessa have had a little thing going on.
Oh, she's like showing me like made food and stuff, and like she's super cool and like super smart, and like, you know, she likes Star Wars, and she's like, you know, cool and all, but yeah, she isn't into guys like me, you know.
Wait. Chessa knows about this Star Wars
She
thing.
knows about everything, like the mug. I'm sure she knows who the Chessa. You know who the Spice Girls are?
As soon as you say that, she starts singing whatever the Spice World song is.
Of your life.
I don't know if that's Spice of Your. No, she starts singing Spice of Your Life.
Wait a minute.
She knows. See, she like knows the Star Wars. She knows the Spice Girls.
You could invite her.
You got the crush on her.
Why don't you ask her out on a date? Not on a date, to the dance.
No. Not. I do actually have to talk to her later though, so don't let me forget that.
She's a very pretty girl, Levi. I feel like during a dance, everyone's going to start asking her, so you probably need to get yourselves.
Chance, she's more than a pretty girl. I mean, come on, like.
Woo!
There's-
Someone is in love.
No, what?
Levi,
That's
That
not.
makes their eyes turn into hearts.
does that Mad Jaguar like affect your confidence? Because the Levi I know would be totally after this girl.
Oh yeah.
No,
man.
like. Oh my God, what do I got? I'm gonna. Who's the first girl there?
Who's the first girl there?
The
What
first
do you
girl
mean,
I see that's not Rox.
That's not Rock?
Yeah, NPC.
Actually, as you're saying that, Asa is actually approaching. So Asa's there.
Asa, would you go to the dance with me?
With you, I'm
gonna say, I thought you
would have
just said that Asa wasn't, you know.
I would have to think about it. Not offense to you, Levi, but I'm trying to. This whole thing with the dance just sort of came up, so I'm still thinking about things in general. Maybe you can ask me again in the next couple days.
Yeah, no problem. I'll definitely ask you in the next couple days. See, guys, I'm still Levi. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still here.
She's got the crush on somebody else, remember?
Oh yeah, a pretty obvious crush.
Yeah.
And
like
you've
her
got a
friend.
pretty obvious crush too. So
Sorry?
No, I'm talking about Levi. You know,
Oh.
you don't worry.
I thought you were talking to me.
Yeah, so who
Oh.
are you asking out, Rox? You asking out Finn or Toby?
First of all, Toby has a thing with Tritessa. And
So Finn it
I
is.
don't like Toby in that way. He is like brother. Couldn't do it. As for Finn, I'm pretty sure Finn would rather, attempt flight than try and
Finn! Come here, Finn!
leave.
Finn! Finn!
She like goes to
Finn walks over and he looks at everybody and he says, "Congrats, good game."
Oh,
Yes,
good
Hey.
game for you too.
good
You
game.
totally cheated in that swimming thing, so whatever. But, hey, do you have a date to this dance yet? Because Rox is looking.
Oh, don't stop it! Don't listen to him, Finn. Jesus.
Well, nobody obviously has asked me yet, and I honestly haven't thought about who I would ask
Come on,
if I were
Levi.
to ask
It's
anyone.
too early. Finn is going to get asked by a lot of girls.
It's
Yes,
like
exactly.
5
Finn's gonna
p.m.
be
What are you
asked by a
talking
lot of
about?
other people.
Finn, Rox would like to go with you. What do you say?
Levi, stop it, Finn.
No,
I don't want to go with anyone.
I'm covering her mouth now.
I think I would need more time to decide on something like that.
I want to push Levi really hard because at this point my hair is bright red, and I push
Okay.
as hard as I can. And I'm just she genuinely looks really angry, and she's like, just stop, okay? Just leave him alone. Let him do his own thing, okay? Enough with this. He was my ex because you are meddling in things you don't understand. Stop.
Oh, well,
Just stop.
yeah, I get, but like, you guys could be future exes. No, you don't want that. You could be future boyfriend and girlfriend.
Ugh,
Levi,
enough,
Finn says, "Just drop it, please."
please. Just drop it.
All right, yeah. I'm just
While
saying,
everyone
wants
is
to jump on me.
While everyone is talking about this, Juan just went and inside the building to see if the banquet has already started. He's
Do I-
hungry.
Yeah, the banquet's gonna get started, and Asa's still there. So she actually turns to Albion and she says, Albikun, congrats. Is this a good time? Can we talk?"
Yeah, and he would have, as Levi was doing all that, he probably would have like tried to distance himself anyways and pulled Asa aside. So
So, she says, that potion you used to help Juan was amazing.
he said, "Yeah, I think it was actually more of a placebo effect, but sometimes placebos can have just as much of an effect as the real thing."
It was very impressive, nonetheless. You're so brilliant. So Albicon, so her foot is like rubbing the ground right now. There's a ball dance coming up, and I was wondering if if you wanted to go together, she asked.
So he's blushing at both the comment about him being brilliant and now this question about going to the ball. So he kind of looks at her and he says, "Asa, I would love to go with you." He says, "But before we commit to that, I think you and I need to talk about something. And maybe not right here, maybe after the banquet, but before I say yes,
Oh.
I'd like to chat in private."
What, does it have to wait? You're pretty private right now. Can we just talk about whatever it is? Can we just talk about it now?
He said,
Something's clearly bothering you, I can tell.
"Okay." And he kind of looks around just to make sure no one's there listening, no one's followed them.
Yeah, nobody's listening.
He says, "You and I have been friends for a long time, 10 years now, if not more, ever since we started." He says, "I know Levi can be a lot, but I was talking to him the other day, and he says, I just need to ask, do you like me?"
She gets very like a little taken aback by that. It's because she didn't expect you to be so forward about it. And she says, "Well, Albion, like you said, we've known each other for a very long time, and I've gotten to know you very well. Both everything, your strengths, your weaknesses, the way that your nose crinkles a little bit when you are really thinking very hard on something, especially, in herbology class. And I would be lying if I said that I never considered you attractive. It's very hard because you're the full package, Albion. You're handsome and you're smart and you can also be very funny at times too. So yes, I like you very much. Do you like me?
He kind of has his head down. He's just kind of rubbing his eyes. He says, "Asa," he says, "You're my best friend, truly. I mean, you and Nico both, but I feel like you're the one out of the two that I can just talk to more and be myself around. I mean, Nico's a lot of fun, but he says, I like you a lot. He says, I don't think it's the same way you like me."
Oh no, sweetheart.
Is it because I'm not smart enough, or
No.
sweet enough, or I can change. I can do.
He says, "Asa, stop.
I can.
Stop. Just look at me." He says, "I'm going to tell you something I've never told anybody."
She looks at you, and her eyes are getting really misty, but she'll look at you, even though it's really hard for her to look you in the eye right now, because she looks very embarrassed, extremely embarrassed.
He says, "Asa, I've never told anyone this because, with being the son of a politician, and my mom was a pretty famous artist. I've always been in the spotlight. I've always had to be careful about what I present myself as." And he says, "And I've known this for a while. I don't know if it's fear. I don't care what people think of me. I don't want to disgrace my family." He says, "But something I've never told anyone is that I don't think I like girls the same way other guys like girls."
She starts to slowly absorb what you're saying, and she's starting to put two and together. And she says, "Wait, are you saying that you're Albion? Do you like boys?"
He kind of gets a sheepish look and he kind of shrugs. He goes, "I think so." He says, "I don't really know. I've never really let myself decide what I like, but I just think if I were to be myself and not worry about the public eye, then yeah, I think that's the path I would choose."
So, out of character, just to remind everyone, this is the 90s. So, even though it's the late 90s, things with homosexuality is getting better, but it's definitely not at the same level as we're at now today. So there definitely is still that stigma. And when you think about it, in the wizarding world, that stigma is increased even further, because for the wizarding world, being pure blood and being able to continue on the bloodline of wizards of pure blood is important for many people. So if you are gay, that means that the likelihood of you biologically birthing children, I mean, it's possible. You can still birth children even if you're gay, but like that sort of like dilutes the pureblood line a bit. So homosexuality in the wizarding community is not very easily accepted either in the late 90s. So Asa looks very conflicted by this, and she says, Are you sure?
He says, you know that feeling in the bottom of your stomach when you are sure about something, but you don't really know why? Gut instinct, he says. I guess that's all I have for now, but I'm pretty sure.
I can... She takes your hand and she holds it. I'm so sorry that this happened to you, Albicon. We can fix it. We can come up with a spell and we can fix it maybe. I can work very hard and we can make you normal again.
Oh no. Oh no, she didn't.
He just kind of looks stunned. He doesn't really say anything. He just kind of looks at her and takes a minute. He looks and says, Asa, the reason I told you was because I didn't want you thinking that the reason I didn't like you was anything to do with you. He says, I don't want to fix anything. I just want to be able to be myself and not have to worry about what other people are going to think or what light this paints my family in.
She says, but Albicon, you're clearly sick. I would be surprised. I'm sure that if you put your mind to it, you can come up with something with your herbology, and maybe come up with something so that whatever's in your head that making you like boys can be fixed. You haven't told anyone else, you said?
There's a small tear starting to form in his eye. He says, no. He says, please don't tell anyone. He says, not yet.
I would be very careful who you talk to about this. You know that it's... I don't know how many people would accept it, or would... Albicon, I just want what's best for you, and I just want you to feel better, okay?
He nods. So we're still gonna go to the banquet together. I mean, you still want to go with me?
I go with her.
Honestly, Albicon, I don't feel right about that. There's a lot I have to process, and that I have to understand, so I'm sorry. I'm there for you to help you with this problem, but I don't think it would be smart for me to go to the dance with you.
He's fighting back tears at this point. He says, it's okay, maybe Levi's offer still stands.
I'm sorry, Albicon. I should probably go to the banquet.
He says, yeah, go have fun. And he would not go to the banquet. He would probably turn and go back to the room or back to his...
Alcy and Albion were in a private space. So I'm going to say both Roxana and Levi roll us observe spot, please.
Yeah, I was going to say Levi would have stayed because he knows the situation. Al kind of already told him, so he'd want to see how it went.
And Roxana is trying to avoid Finn. She's very cranky with you.
10.
10.
What's
And
different?
Roxana,
I got an
8. Levi, you're going to see... actually, I'll say both Roxana and Levi see Albion leaving away from the direction of the banquet. And Levi, you can tell... I'm sure that maybe Albion is trying to, hide it, but you can tell something is off with Al. He definitely seems to feel... You definitely have this feeling that
Yeah.
something didn't work out as well as it might have. as it could have.
Seeing this, Levi would go and see, because like I don't think he would have expected that at all. I think he expects that Asa would be the one who's upset, and now him seeing Al upset really like gets his curiosity. He like chases after him.
I'm gonna see that you see also that Asa left as well, and she's also not going to the banquet. Mm-hmm. Even though she told Albion she was going to the banquet, I don't think she's heading in that direction. At least not now.
So I would worry about Al.
Okay. And is Roxana gonna do anything, or is she just gonna?
Roxana will kind of speed up and kind of lean forward and be like, "What do you think happened?"
I'll be like, they had like this really intense conversation just now, and I'm gonna go make sure he's okay.
Should I don't know. Should I come with you?
I don't know.
Yeah, neither do I.
Me and Al had talked a few days ago, and I kind of knew this was going to happen, but it's not happening the way I thought.
Something just doesn't sit right in my gut.
Yeah, do you want to maybe go after her and I go after Al? Maybe see what she's wrong with her?
Comfort I can be to her, but sure.
I don't know. You guys are like girls. Don't you guys have these wavelengths you guys can connect on or something?
Not me.
I'm sure you'll surprise yourself, Rox. And then I'll go after Al.
I'll go after Asa.
All right. Go ahead, and we'll do Levi and Albion first.
You're right, roll. Hey, pal, buddy. Hey.
So Al, he pauses and he doesn't want to turn around. He just wants to go back to his room, but he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to seem like an asshole. So he turns around and he's rubbing his face. You can probably tell he's been crying or trying to hold back the tears. Hey, what's up?
Hey, everything okay? What happened back there? You told her how you felt, right?
Yeah, I told her I wasn't into her the same way she's into me. I mean, she admitted that she liked me, and I was honest. And she left.
What happened? She didn't want to be your friend no more or something?
No, I don't think it's that. He looks at you and he says, "Your father's." He says, "Is it ever hard having two dads?"
For me, no. They're both great. They're always there for me, and Joe's taught me everything I know. And Hunter, my real biological father, he's not around a lot, but whenever he is, he tries. And
do they ever get criticized for being in a homosexual relationship?
No, because I live in the Muggle world, and it's kind of messed up out there and everything, but it's starting to become a little more accepted. And in the wizarding world, I think my father is pretty respected around here, so not too many people bring it up. Why you ask?
Yeah. I probably shouldn't even. He says, "What the heck?" He says, I told Asa that I don't think I like girls the same way that you like girls, or that Juan likes girls, or that any of these other guys like girls. He said, "I think maybe I'm more like your dads." He says, maybe I like guys.
Levi, it's not weird to Levi, because like I say, he's grown up with this, but he definitely knows how it can be. And he can see that you're definitely taking it hard. So he'd kind of put his arm around your shoulder, hey, sometimes you just got to be truthful with yourself, if you like guys, you like guys. Don't let other people, treat you any different. You're still Al. You still like plants. You still are terrible at Quidditch. Your eyesight's awful, but, you're still Al.
She offered to fix me, Levi.
Fix you how? Like fix your glasses, like your eyesight?
Yeah, she said I was sick. Like this is some sort of disease that my herbology can cure. Like she actually said that.
That. So wait, she said you liking guys is some sort of sickness?
I don't know. I just shouldn't have said anything. I should have just kept it to myself.
Nah, pal. Look. You always got to be honest with yourself. And if other people don't like that, you don't need those kind of people in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like if they don't like you for you, then you don't need them around.
She's my best friend. Like 10 years of being friends.
A best friend would never ever say you're sick because of the way you express love.
I don't know. I think I just need to be alone for a little bit. I appreciate your words. I mean, I've only known, well, I knew you from before, but I've only really known you for a couple weeks now, and
that's your fault. You could have known me this whole time. Know what I'm saying?
He laughs. I'm thankful you understand it, but I think I just need some time to process this.
I understand. I'll let you go. And you know, if you ever need anybody to talk to, like I'm always here. You know, like if you ever need anybody, I'm here for you.
I know. Thank you, Levi.
And then yeah, Levi will let him leave because he can see he's clearly upset.
Juan. Let me go to Juan real quick before we go to Roxana and Asa. Juan, you're over at the banquet, and people have already started to enjoy themselves. There's like a sushi bar on one side, and there's like a station where you can get like ramen and udon noodles, and it's like I'm getting so hungry right now talking about it. But as you're kind of like hanging around, Finn actually is gonna go over to you, Juan, and like give you a pat on the shoulder.
Juan is just like taking every sushi that he can see, like, oh, this
Yes.
one, and this one, and this one. Oh, they're all different. Oh, hey, Finn, how are you?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, have you tried this?
That's a lot of.
They are really good.
I don't eat fish, Finn says.
Okay, what happened? And he's gonna put the plates away.
He says, no, please. He says, you're good. Don't change what you're about to eat on my account. It's just my own personal choice.
You sure?
Of course.
Okay. They are really good. What do you wanted to say?
He laughs a little bit. He says, I just wanted to say congrats. You did really well, especially in that climbing event.
Oh yeah. I mean, I trust Albion. He really outdid himself. I didn't know he was so good until we tested it out.
Kind of bummed also that you didn't get a chance to enter that cooking competition. I think you would have done really well.
I would have destroyed it. No one cooks like Mexican. Let me just. But
I definitely can't wait to try it. You said that you'd let me come over at some point, right?
absolutely. I just have to see a few things with my parents, but absolutely, you're welcome. And I'll cook something for you.
I'd really like that, Juan. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I saw that for a reason. None of your team or the other team picked any of us as a secondary. I am smelling an alliance.
He says that would make a lot of sense, right?
No, actually, yeah, it would.
You guys are still doing really well. We're still last place.
Oh, don't worry about it. You're like 20 points behind? Something like that. I mean, we still have 2.5 events. You're still gonna get to second place, Finn. Well, obviously not first, because that's where I am, but
Anyway, he says with a chuckle, that wasn't really what I wanted to talk about.
Oh, what did you want to talk about?
So Juan, have you thought about who you're taking to the dance?
Oh, not really. I mean, they just announced it, but I, I, I think I have someone in mind. I don't know if I'm going to actually take someone, you know.
Who? He asks.
Uh, uh, I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Why
Okay,
wouldn't it matter? I mean, clearly, if there's someone you want to take to the dance, of course it matters to you.
okay. Uh,
You can trust me, Juan.
yeah.
Maybe not about alliances, but you can trust me about this.
Okay. This might come as a shock, but I think I have a crush on Naila.
She's a great girl.
She is, but I don't know if she sees me that way, and I'm not sure if I should ask her because we're really good friends, and wouldn't like that our relationship would get weird, you know?
Yeah, no, I totally understand that. Believe me, I definitely understand that.
Oh, and you? Have you thought about that?
Who I would ask to the dance?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. Um, but between you and me, I don't know how realistic it would be for me to ask anyone to the dance, honestly.
Oh, come on. You're a handsome guy that just wrecked our team in that swimming competition. I mean, you really went for it. I'm sure that a lot of people will ask you out.
Well, um, that might be so, but I don't know. He starts to blush a little bit. Juan, are you familiar with fluidity when it comes to sexuality? Coming from a merman in Aquarius, that fluidity is very, very fitting, I think. Are you
Yeah,
familiar with fluidity?
I I think I've heard about it. What is it exactly?
Well, I'm gonna trust you on this, right? And I'm gonna trust that whatever I'm gonna tell you is just gonna stay between us.
Of course.
And hopefully it's something that doesn't weird you out, because if it does, well, I guess I can take it.
Don't
I've
worry.
taken a few other blows in my life as well. Are you familiar with pansexuality?
O- Okay, I think I know that one. That's like you they like the interior, right? Not so much the.
You're more attracted to a person than you are to a gender, if that makes any sense to you.
Yeah, I think it does. After all, I mean, yeah, uh, how they look can make a difference, but I think you get in love with the person, not actually the appearance.
I'm actually surprised you took that as easily as you did. A
I
lot of
mean,
people that I've mentioned in the past never really quite figured out what I was talking about.
and you know, I actually got a few friends down and that are not like that, but like are into knowing all of that about that. Like are pretty pro. That's really hard because in Mexico we have you know, I don't know if it's that bad. There's a lot of homophobia in Mexico right now, but those just are stupid people that don't understand that anyone can do whatever they want. So if you want to keep away from that stupidity, you learn.
Well, it's been took some time for me to come to terms with things, but I think I'm pansexual.
Whoa! I'm so glad that you can admit it. Some people don't, they are too afraid.
I don't really talk about it with most people, and I don't know, Juan. You seemed like the kind of person who's pretty easygoing. You don't sound like a particularly judgmental kind of guy, and to be quite honest, you don't even go to my school, so I don't even have to worry about mad rumors necessarily going around.
Those
But-
are all very good points.
I do have an image in Koldovstorets, and someone who happens to like guys who might happen to like other guys, in addition to girls. Well, I guess my reputation would probably be affected by that in some way. But again, I'm on my way out. This is my last year. I don't really care, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
But there are a few people that I'm interested in asking out, but it's not really the kind of thing that I can just go up to another guy and be like, "Hey, I dig you. Want to go to the dance with me?"
I'm sure that my friend Levi would say that you can actually do that. I actually don't have anything against it, but I don't know how things are there in Russia.
Yeah. So that's why I'm kind of hesitant to actually bring a date. Like, sure, I could bring a friend, but I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Oh, I'm sure you'll take the right decision. For me, you bring whoever you want. Let them talk. Talking is not going to kill you. And I mean, happiness is better than that. If you want to be actually happy, you can't let people shut you down.
I appreciate that. Well, if you, for whatever reason, know someone that might be interested, let me know.
Oh yeah, I look for a date for you.
Oh god.
Uh, hey, you want to go grab something you can eat?
Sounds good. I think I'll have some noodles.
Perfect. Let's go.
Meanwhile, you're gonna catch up with Asa, Roxana. Hashtag Roxasa.
Roxana.
Roxasa.
That's an
Not
actual
anymore.
Asa
And,
looks like she's making her way to the girls' restroom. You can catch her before she goes into the girls' restroom if you'd like.
I will. I'll be like, oh, hey, awesome.
Oh, Roxana. She like wipes her eyes a little bit. Sorry, I'm not in a very good state right now.
Would you like to talk about it?
Yes, actually. Yes. I think
Okay, still.
after our slumber party, I think I would like to talk to someone. And since you know the person that I'm a little worried about, that might be helpful. So, I asked Albion if he wanted to go to the dance with me, and he said he wasn't interested.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so it's so crushing because you admire someone so much, and the way that they make you feel when they're around, it just makes you feel so alive. I get really, really hard at work with my studies, and I put so much pressure in myself to do the best I can, and all that stress just seems to disappear whenever I'm with him. So I took a risk and I told him what I felt, and it just hurts a lot. I don't know if you know what that feeling is like. I imagine so. You're so popular. I'm sure you've had to suffer a broken heart at some point.
Well, not in that way. But, sometimes friends just don't like to go out with other friends, You're probably like a sister to him. That's probably why he's not interested in that way. Did he tell you why?
Yes, he did, but I don't really honestly want to get into his business. So, out of character, AJ said Asa lied and said Albion didn't want to go to the ball with her. She did, and the reason she did is because she doesn't want to tell your secret. And like that's the only way she can like logically explain what happened without making it seem like wait, so yeah, she's lying in order to hide Albion's secret.
That's what I figured. I was just typing that there because Clef asked what he missed, so I just wanted to include that.
She says, I don't really want to get into his business, so just that's what I'm dealing with right now, and I'm sorry I can't really say anything more than that, and
No, it's none of my business.
I don't know what to do because I thought he liked me because I thought I was seeing all the signals. He was very suggestive about a lot of things, and I thought he was very touchy-feely, and I thought that he liked me back. So what an idiot I must be to think that. Nico told me to do it though. I shouldn't have listened to him.
Just look, people are going to be the way they are. Some things you can't control. But you know what you haven't lost? A good friend.
Yes. But sometimes you want more than that, Sometimes you don't want to just graduate from school and just be your career. Sometimes you want to start a family, have kids. I mean, you've thought about the future, haven't you, Roxana? Where you would be in 20 years?
I try not to.
Why not?
Just don't really I don't know, just don't think about it. She was going to say something, but then she looked a little downcast, but then she sort of pepped back up and that's when she said, "Oh no, I just don't think about it." So.
I don't think I can do that. I'm very much a type A person. I like to plan ahead, and everything I do is building up for the future. Everything that I do is to help prepare for the next big stage of my life. And now that I feel that this stage is just not the way I pictured it, I don't know, I just feel really disoriented.
Well, it's okay to be upset. Out of character, it's not about this, but Roxy doesn't know, God bless her. But
how did you get over... You said that you also had a broken heart too, not necessarily in the same way, but how did you get over it?
I didn't.
Roxy? It's none of my business, but if you don't want to tell me what happened, you don't have to.
I just have been disappointed by a few people in my life.
By a friend?
No. Family, mainly.
Oh, that's even worse.
Asa, can I ask you a question?
Of course. Anything.
Have you ever loved and hated somebody at the same time?
Well, Roxanne, I hate to break it to you, but I have a twin. So, of course I loved and hate Nico. Every single day, actually.
Oh, it's more like sometimes you look out your window and you just want to see them come walking back up the steps. But if they did that, you could. You could kill them.
Really? Wow. I don't know what they did, but wow. Did they hurt you that bad?
Not me, but a lot of other people were hurt. And the problem is, it controls everything I do in my life. Look, what I'm going to say probably doesn't make a lot of sense without context, but I made myself a promise a long time ago that even if I was looking into the face of somebody I loved, if they did the wrong thing, I'd do the right thing. Now, this isn't a loyal characteristic. It's not the good characteristic. It's not even the decent one. I know that. And I've burnt bridges because of it. And I've lost people because of it. But at the end of the day, you have to do what's right, not what's good. And this person showed me that. Because by the time I decided to do the right thing, she looks down. People were already dead.
I'm so sorry, Roxana. I don't obviously know the full story, but I wish I could say something meaningful, but this is something that I just don't have very much experience in.
I'm sorry I'm being vague.
No, of course. I mean, you came to talk about my problems, not talk about yours, so.
Yeah, I've just taken the spotlight completely off you. I'm sorry.
I just have to tell you that when we first started to have our slumber party, you weren't what I expected, Roxana. You, everyone just seems to love you, and you're just Miss Popular, and, you know, things, as someone who enjoys a good practical joke, things just seem to roll down your back easy. And then when I get to talk to you, I just find out you're a very you're a very deeper person.
Also, and I don't know why I'm doing this, but I don't know. Kind of feeling a little bit sappy at the moment, but
Are
I'm
you
gonna
asking me to the dance, Roxana? She says, like, laughing a little bit.
no. Sorry. um,
Because
but
I suppose that's what Nico would call a rebound date.
oh, I'd be a terrible rebound date. Trust me. But I'm gonna tell you something I've never told anyone.
Oh, okay.
Asa, all the jokes, the pranks, the face I have on, it's not really me.
Ooh, what do you, so you're just putting on a facade?
No, yes and no. Like, I like to have fun. I like to laugh, but being the way I am has also opened a lot of doors for me in this school. It's let me be loved by people. But the real Roxy, she panics. She makes mistakes. And she's scared all the time. Scared that one day she's gonna wake up and going to fuck up all over again.
I don't know you that well, Roxana, but if what you're saying is true, then that doesn't really make you any different than anyone else.
No. Makes me a lot less impressive, though. And she laughs at that.
There's I understand the desire to be impressive. Trust me. I understand that pressure, and so for what it's worth, I think that you do whatever it is you feel is right for you and works for you to get through the day.
It's a nice sentiment.
Well, thank you for telling me.
So good. Don't spread it around, though. I have a
Oh, no.
reputation to keep.
Your secret is fine with me. So I feel a little better. But if you end up not going to the dance with anyone and you just want to go as friends, I think I'm available now, she says with a laugh. Otherwise, I might just end up going with Nico, but I have a feeling Nico probably has several people asking him out too.
I'm sure there's a lot of girls asking Nico out.
Well, just think about it.
I will.
I'm just gonna go to the girls' room for a bit.
Yeah, I'll leave you be. But I'm glad that helped.
You did. Thank you. You told me a lot about being your true self and all that.
And that's the most important thing. Because the last thing I want for anyone is to put themselves in a closet like me. Sorry, intentional play on words there.
Yeah. Well,
Everyone should be their true selves.
I agree. I definitely know of somebody that I think has the potential to become their true self. So she will smile and she will go into the girls' room.
I have encouraged a behavior I didn't intend to.
Meanwhile, back at the banquet, I think Levi is trying to find Chessa.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you're gonna find Chessa, and she's enjoying a beverage in her hand, and she's sort of There's actually several boys, other side boys, that are talking to her right now, and they're congratulating her, and they're like, "Great job on all the questions. You know, you represented Matakoro great, all that good stuff." And as you approach, she'll actually smile at you as you approach.
Hey guys, yeah, you know we were all there. We all did it. Chessa, any way I could speak to you in private for just like 25 seconds?
Oh, of course. If you could please excuse us. And they says, "Oh, all right, Chessa, we'll talk to you in a second." So she'll go over and she says, "This punch is really good. Have you tried it yet?"
I haven't. Did they hold the frogs? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they held the frogs.
All right, cool. I'm sure it's fantastic.
Here,
Okay.
she offers you hers.
Oh, all right. He'll drink it.
Okay.
That is actually a lot better than the frog punch. Okay, so going back to the sleepover thing we had, you made it pretty clear you've never had the chance to be a kid, like actually be a kid. Like you are a kid, right? How old are you?
I'm 16.
16. Yeah, you're still a kid. Yeah. Okay. So crazy idea. This is insane, but this is stuff kids do, right? Like tomorrow, you should like skip class and me and you should go watch like a movie or something, just as friends. I know it's kind of hard because like you're a girl, I'm a boy, and like you know that, just friends, nothing like a date or anything. But me and you should skip class and go watch a movie.
Oh, Levi, you know me, and you know I wouldn't be able to skip class.
I knew you were gonna say that. Okay, so you are 16 years old. All right, we turn to adults at 17 in the wizarding world. That means you got one more year of being technically a kid. Wizards live to like, I don't know, a bajillion, but we'll say you're like a really good wizard that lives to like 200, right? So 200 minus 17 is like 130 something. You have like 130 something years of being an adult, and you only have a little bit longer to be a kid. And like the 137 years, I'm just asking for one day, just one day that you're a kid, we go do this, and then like, what's the worst that can happen? Like, you have fun?
She says, I have nothing against having fun, Levi. It's just, I've worked very hard all this time to have a perfect event attendance. It's very important to me. It's very valuable to me. And I can have fun after school, but are you asking me to do something against what's very deeply important to me?
Well, I didn't know it was that important to you. It made it sound like you're kind of cool with it. You said you were going to, like, miss some questions on a test. I thought you would be cool with this.
I would be not cool with anything that meant I wasn't putting my full effort and potential towards my schooling. I felt that if I skipped class, I would be cheating myself. And sure, you could say it's only one day, but all of the days afterwards, forever, how many hundred days I live, hundreds of days afterwards, I'm going to be thinking back on this moment. And it's going to weigh very heavily on me. And I'll feel guilty for the rest of my life.
All right. Yeah, it was like a stupid idea. I just thought that, like, you know, you want to do stuff that normal kids do.
Levi, I appreciate definitely what you're doing. I know what you're trying to do. And I think it's really sweet. And I think that it'd be really fun to watch a movie with you. But you also have to understand that there are certain things that, like I said, isn't very important to me. And I don't want to sacrifice those either. I feel like I can still do both.
You're a better person than me. How do you feel about watching like an R-rated movie, even though like we're not supposed to? Is that okay? Nothing to do with school.
My parents never cared.
All right.
They trusted me to be mature enough to watch whatever I decide to watch, so our movies are fine.
Okay, so when we get to the theater, though, we're gonna have to sneak in. You cool with that?
I could, but I don't know if my robes would let me get away with that. That would be a very dishonorable thing.
Oh, like, just wear something else. I don't know.
Levi, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Does all of your fun involve breaking the rules?
Yeah.
I bet you I can show you some fun that you can do without breaking the rules.
I don't know if that actually exists. Breaking the rules is like half the fun, actually.
I guess it depends on who you are. It's just not part of who I am. But if that's something that you get your kicks out of, you know, to each their own.
Yeah, I agree with that. So, like, are we sneaking into the movie?
She says, is there not some other movie that we could rent and watch instead of sneaking in? Or we could actually have an adult with us, as long as we have supervision. Maybe one of the professors might be interested in seeing the movie with us.
All right. Okay, what if an adult buys the tickets, gives it to us, and then we go watch it? Technically, we're not sneaking in, but technically, like, the adults should still probably be there. Who knows?
out of character, I think the adult is technically supposed to be with their minor.
Yeah.
So I don't think that would work.
You gotta meet me halfway somewhere. I feel like I'm giving all this.
You gave me a suggestion. I offered some way that would make it work.
You did, actually. You did. Okay. Then
Just because the professor comes with us doesn't mean they have to sit with us, she says with a smile.
All right. Perfect. So, yeah, we'll do that. We'll have an adult come with who we get. Like, Shogun, I think he's pretty cool.
Oh, Shogun's very comfortable in the Muggle world. So I think that if you want to ask him, I think that he probably would be up for it. What movie were you thinking?
Fight Club.
Oh, is that already out? I would love to see Fight Club. And Brad Pitt's in it too.
Yeah, Brad Pitt. Like, everybody loves Brad Pitt. And who knows what he does in the future. But everybody loves Brad Pitt.
I'd be down for that. Let's go ask Chogan if he'd be interested in Fight Club. I don't know if Chogan himself would be that interested in it, but who knows?
Perfect. This is a perfect idea. This will work 100%.
It's a date, she says.
It's a what? It's a what?
Well, that's what this is, isn't it?
Oh, it was like a plan to get you to be a kid, but like, yeah. It's a date, definitely.
Levi, I can multitask.
I don't even know what multitask is, so good for you.
She says, I can be very efficient and do more than one thing at once. That's basically what it means.
I can breathe and walk at the same time. That's about it.
Great. It's a date then, she says.
Yeah, it's definitely a date, and I'm looking forward to it.
Are we meeting there, or is one of us picking the other one up?
I didn't think that far. Back home, I do have a car, but here, they don't allow that. I'll figure it out.
All right. You figure out the transportations, and I'll buy the snacks. Deal?
Sounds like a deal, yes.
All right. And if you want, I can talk to Chogan as well.
That would probably be the best, because sometimes I just ramble, sometimes I just start talking and things don't mean to come out the way it means, and then he might not even want to go anymore, and then it ruins our date, and then it's like our date.
Levi, relax.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm breathing. I'm totally breathing.
Remember,
I'm totally breathing.
Magfu. Pretend you're in your Magfu class. You gotta get yourself in your zen. It'll be fun. Okay.
It'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. I gotta go find my team and talk to them.
You do that. Oh,
right.
And Levi, do you have a date yet to the dance?
No, I did ask out Asa, but then she said no, and then she went to ask out Al, and then he said no, and then never mind. Wait, I didn't say that. That didn't happen.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm just saying, if you don't have a date yet, I don't have a date yet. But I'm just throwing it out there.
Say yes.
Wait, are you asking to go with? Would you like to go to the dance with me?
If it means I don't have to cut class, sure.
Deal. You don't have to cut class.
Then it's a deal.
Deal.
Just let me know what you're wearing. Oh, I guess we're supposed to be in costume. Hopefully we'll be matching to some degree.
Yeah, I'm trying to go as the Spice Girls, so I don't know, maybe you could do the Backstreet Boys and Spice Girls. That'd be kind of cool.
Would you be sporty?
I was thinking Baby, she's got the white hair and stuff like that, but...
Yo, I can see that as Baby. I feel like I would like to be Scary Spice. She's the most fun one.
She is the most fun. She's definitely hands down the most fun. But I think that's more of a Juan character. He's got the dark hair and the curly dark hair. That'd be pretty cool, I think. I just gotta talk them into it. But they don't know what the Spice Girls is. It's crazy.
Nothing. Well, she says, I'll tell you what. If you really wanna be a Spice Girl so badly, we can both dress up for it as Spice Girls for the dance, and nothing says we can't change before the costume contest.
See, you're definitely the smartest person in this whole competition, hands down.
Well, she says, I appreciate that, but you came up with the idea.
I'm creative. Second to only probably Chance. Like, I can't wait to see what that guy does.
Oh, yes. I wonder if Chance is going to ask anyone to the dance. That would be very interesting. He is a very good dancer.
And not only is he a good dancer, did you see what he did to Naila? He like made her dance good.
Yeah. I think Chance would be really fun to go out on to a dance with. He would have been my second choice if we weren't going already.
Oh, good thing like I came up first,
Good thing. I gotta get going though, Levi. We'll see you at the movies.
All right, sounds good. What just happened? What just happened?
Is that you were saying?
I knew it. Brandon, you
So cute.
weakling.
Levi walks back and you hear dong 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 dong. You
I
can
got
it. He's got the swagger.
You just call Levi weakling? He's got a date. Where's your date, Juan?
That's true.